Hi friends, this is Kris with Josephines Designs and Healthy Living for Him. This is a little video on that. So I'm excited. This is just kind of we're home now. We got home late last night and I would love to know how many steps we took. I guess I should check my watch, right? Yeah, I'll check my app, see if it got it all recorded. But it was 3 days of walking and meeting lots of amazing people, old friends, new friends, and just learning so much. There is video clips that I took. I didn't take a lot of video because I literally had two ladies walk up and walk the other way, and I thought, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that to people. We had friends there videoing. We had lots of, different people videoing things. So I had some great takeaways, came home with some incredible blessings. We have bags of goodies over there, and I will be gladly sharing that with y'all very much so in a video later next week. But I'm excited. Well, let me see, next week. This video will go up Friday. It'll probably go up the following week, or maybe Tuesday. But I will share with you our loot from the trip. And my husband and I learned an awful lot about, I had a body scan. I'll share all that with you. Major changes in my diet. I was doing the wrong thing when I got E. coli. And so now I'm changing what I was doing. And first thing I was told was you treated it the wrong way. But it was the logical way. It was what the world said I was to do. And so very interesting, very humbling, but I also know I met other people who've had E. coli and they are dealing with it even still, like 2 years later. So E. coli is something you don't want to play around with, especially with GI tract. So GI tract issues. So it was really interesting, just very, very great information. A lot of it we knew, of course, but it's always good to go see the newest technology. I got my blood work done for my ketones, my glucose. I will share that in that video. And I also had a body scan, and I will share about that in that video because that was an interesting, kind of scary turn of events, but not the scan itself. It's very, very easy. So this is just going to be my intro to all the video I took, but I'll be back with a little bit more of the information. I kind of want to see if I can take care of some stuff this week before I film that haul video and the test result video. I think that it's interesting to see what a year later it looks like. And that's been an amazing turn of events. So I'm very grateful for that. 1 year later, my husband looks fantastic because he didn't have that much to lose. So we have a before and after picture of him. But for me, interestingly enough, the real test proved, I'll share with you what I proved. So it was great. I mean, it was really good because I don't get off. Somebody else I know does, but I don't get off. I'm pretty, I just stay in my lane. I always have been able to. As a vegetarian for 7 years, vegetarian, vegan, I could stay in my lane very easily. And I do that now. Now, this new twist that I have to kind of implement, I'd always said this would be my hardest twist. It is. It is. It's my hardest thing I'll have to do. But I don't have a choice. And I'm getting ready to get into a year-long program. My husband and I decided that was probably beneficial, and go from there. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this footage. Lots of people, lots of vendors, tremendous speakers. And unfortunately, they're moving it from Austin to Florida next year. So I'm not sure because it's not when we go to Florida. And so I'm not sure that we can swing that. We'll have to see. With it being in Austin, it was so close, and of course we could go. With it going to Florida, I'm not sure. We were shocked by that announcement, and we got the early announcement through our friends, and not sad. We are not happy. We're very sad. So we'll see. We'll see, because my husband really enjoyed it, and it's so motivational in reality to go to conferences like this, because not only do you network and meet friends and share ideas, but you just walk away with that encouragement of, I'm either doing it right or I'm not doing it right. And so I'm going to have to change something. And that's not always easy, Ooh, what am I going to do? But it's really great because these speakers give endlessly. They talk to you all weekend long. They're walking along with their buddies. I literally talked to a doctor, and I talked to him last year, and I'll share more about that in my other. But he stopped. He was walking with his buddy, and he was talking to his buddy, and I was going to talk to him, and then he was just busy. And then every time I turned around, he was like right behind where I was walking through the convention, and I thought, okay, Lord, I need to ask him my question. I know I do. And so he was talking to this gentleman. Perfect combination of two guys to talk to at the same time. And I didn't even think about that. And it was perfect because, and I'll share more about this later, but it was really, they weren't short on time. They were not going to cut me a minute off, and they were going to help me completely. And that was amazing. And that was such a blessing. So, all right, friends, I'm going to let this get started. I hope you enjoy it. Please leave me feedback. Tell me what you think. There was one part where I had the camera on and I didn't even know it. And it's kind of interesting. The end of it kind of goes, like down, because I didn't know it was on. And I was looking at it last night and I thought, I should just throw that in somehow, because it just kind of shows you the generosity of people. Dr. Eric Berg was there, and he had someone with him, and they were giving away books. There were lots of books you could buy. They got given away. Ben Hazadi. They were just amazing, amazing. I was given an $80 bottle of, and I'll share that with you, of supplements. And of course, every conference you have a buy one, get one, or get this much off, or whatever. But in that situation, the person was just extremely generous. And anyways, it was shocking, the generosity of the people in this conference. And there were a lot of big, big names there. Big names, doctors and speakers, and JJ Virgin was there, which most of you that aren't keto would know. She's done PBS series. She's done all kinds of stuff. So, and she's all over YouTube. But there were just really incredible speakers. To name a few: Dr. Chafee, Dr. Baker, Dr. Kiltz. Oh goodness, there were so many. There were some I'd never heard of that were huge. Oh, Maria Emmerich, Craig Emmerich, my friend Mary Roberts, and a gal that I made friends with. She goes, I know Mary Roberts. I follow Mary Roberts. And I said, are you kidding? I said, did you get to talk to her? And she was like, no. I almost could, but then I didn't. And I was like, well, I'll introduce you. She'd love to meet you. And she said, well, I did tell her that I follow her. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to have to call her today and tell her. And just other Keto Chow, Scrummy Sweets, both of those booths. We adore everyone in those booths. We've become fast friends. Just endless bone strength, which was huge for me. Bone strength. Oh, goodness. Things to help with muscle recovery, from gadgets and devices to infrared to saunas to, I did it all. I did this. Well, I didn't do everything, but I did the things there was one booth I missed where they had sauna chairs, and in a heartbeat, I would have sat in that all day long. I'm a huge fan of infrared sauna. I am a huge, huge fan. I think it's just, I learned about this 20 years ago. Yeah, 18, 20 years ago. Yeah. So I'm a huge proponent for infrared. They even had the cold plunge opportunity, which I was like, you guys know me, I like to be warm. I did do a therapy where you put your hand in, and it has it's for wound injuries. And what they've determined is that it increases circulation. Phenomenal. I was warm and I had no knee pain. I could feel it in my knee. You put your hand in a device and it increases circulation so much you can feel it all the way. I could feel it in my knee. It was crazy. It was crazy. That was a $10,000 device. Yeah, no. And my husband was like, you need this? You don't need that. We can't afford that. I want you to get this, etc. And I was like, we don't need to get a lot of gadgets, but surgery's delayed. Yeah, surgery's delayed again. And I'll explain more about that in video. So there was just so much information, so much opportunity, everything from skincare to on the inside, and lots of food type booths that were fantastic and extremely generous. One of our favorites was Peterson Farms. Anyways, they do phenomenal sugar-free meat and pork beef. They are phenomenal. Lots of things you put in your coffees. And again, we love Keto Chow, and they were there. Keto Brains was there. We've been a real fan of theirs. My husband bought me some keto brains. He was so sweet. It's just an additive for your coffee, with MCT oil, and then also Ballistic Keto was there. We ordered some of their goodies late last night because they didn't have them at show, but we could try it. My husband loved it. RPG coffee, which is phenomenal, and I'm drinking it right here. It has been created in such a way that it has restorative properties. It has aloe for your gut. It has all kinds of things. So they were so kind and so generous. They're the ones that gave me the $80 bottle, and I'll share more what they did when I do the share of the items. So there was just so much there to walk away with: information, knowledge, incredible friendships, just amazing opportunities. And my husband, he's 95% on, and he'll occasionally get off, and he found a substitute for something that he's been doing, and I'll share more about that later, that hasn't been a good choice. And but he was determined to do it, and there was nothing I could say. I knew it was causing him to have a struggle every time he did it, and it was not good, and it was very difficult to watch and have to experience. But I think by the end of this, there were just some really good things for him to see, and let God teach his heart. So, all right, friends, I have rattled on long enough, but it's probably going to be a long film, so stay to the end, because I'm going to put in segments of different things of the conference. And I think if you went to this Hack Your Health, which was previously Keto Con in Austin, Texas, you might just see yourself. And because a lot of people watch those videos to see themselves walking around. And I actually showed up in like long Bermuda shorts, guys. So I haven't worn shorts in probably a decade, and I'm wearing them, and I can do it now. And even my husband was like, no, they look cute, you should wear them. And I'm like, I don't know if they look cute, but anyways, so my body has changed so much that I look better in clothes than out. So you know how that goes. But I'm very self-conscious of these things, and I wear jackets to cover my arms, and I just ordered some things because even my forearms now are starting to show weight loss in a way that it's wonderful when they look thin. It's terrible when they look saggy-baggy. So good things learned. And I also spoke to people about my skincare and what I can do and all of that. So it was very, very well-rounded, from low carb, whole food eaters through all the way to keto to ketovore to carnivore. And so much learned. So many beautiful people, So, such a blessing. So many Christians there. We just really loved it. And there was one lady, I'll tell you this one story I'll let you, and then I'll get on to the video. She was so sweet. She had on this gorgeous satiny jacket, and it had "The Lord is my shepherd" and a ton. I mean, just like it looked like, they created the fabric to look like it was handwritten. And so she had all these bits and pieces of scripture all over her jacket. And I walked up to her and I said, "I love your jacket." And she said, "Oh," and then I had on a Christian shirt and a jacket. And so I went, I kind of went, kind of like flashed her my t-shirt. And she was like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I said, "Okay, sure." Well, we ended up hanging out at a couple of places, and I just loved her. She was just the fastest friend, sweetest person, and just an encouragement. And she wants to move to Texas, and I walked around with my name and contact information to give to a couple of people because people would give me their stuff, and I was like, I miss them. I missed them, and I thought, well, maybe they'll go to the Keto Orlando. And we ran into a friend that we knew from Keto Orlando. He and I took a picture together, and of course I sent it, and we'll see him at Keto Orlando. We're excited to see him, and he's such a good resource for one of the speakers that I spoke to. And she said, "Well, you need to talk to." I said, "I know Stu." And she goes, "Well, then and I was like, "Yeah, I've met Stu, I know we've had lovely chats." And she said, "No, you need to talk to Stu." And I said, "Yes, I know." So great conference. I'm going to do this year-long thing, and then I'm going to also, if my eyes get better, which they're not getting better, I will consider going to school online, if only for my own health. And that's what I told my husband. I said, for the cost of the one-on-one consultation, I could go to the year-long school and come out certified, but also could literally, that could be my journey to deal with this one issue of mine. And he said, "Well, let's do the group thing. Let's think about that. That's a good point." And I said, "Yeah," I said, I'm kind of thinking we'll do the group and then I'll do the other. And he said, "Yeah, I think that's a good idea." And so, and a lot of these speakers, guys, you can find them on YouTube and it's free. So when I tell you the list of names again, I'll go back through it again. I'll reiterate that in the next video. Write those down, search their names on YouTube. Tons and tons of YouTube influencers were on there that are certified, that are or telling their story and or sharing their testimony, things like that. Lots and lots. Like we went to dinner. We were invited to a dinner by an influencer, a couple of influencers, and then we just sat with influencers. And I didn't say, Josephines Designs. I didn't say any of that. But I was asked, a lot of times, "You have a YouTube channel? What's your YouTube channel?" And I was like, I don't talk about keto that much. I mean, I talk about it intermittently. And so, but for those of you who are out there that want more, be sure you let me know. You can comment, you can send me a private message, you can do whatever you like. But it is a journey and may not be for everyone, and I would understand that. I do think low carb is for everyone. I do think the stuff that is, I was a person who ground all the flours and wheat, and I ground everything to make my bread from scratch. I kept buckets of grains. I had a very complex bread that I made with a variety of grains for different particular reasons. And I do now believe, without a shadow of a doubt, it's all been modified, genetically modified. And if it's not an ancient grain, I don't want to support that. And I have to be honest, because I've done the research, and I'm in no way an expert, so you must do your own research. But I think that the lack of grains in our lives has been huge, and it has been so beneficial. The lack of any processed anything, sugar, anything, is huge beneficial. If you're not eating whole foods, you really got to pray about that. Because, I mean, I just, anything comes out of a box, you got to question. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you're talking to somebody who worked really hard. I taught vegetarian classes. I taught all that. And to go this way, night and day health wise, I was ready to go home before. I was ready to go be with the Lord. And then changing my way of eating was life changing. And I'll get more into that another time, but I've talked about this before on the channel. No brain fog, could get up, could walk without canes. I walked that whole conference without canes, my friends. Yes. 3 days, cement floors from 9-ish, 10-ish to 4 or 5 o'clock, and then going out in the evenings to dinners and whatnot. Yeah, God is good. I couldn't walk across the house without a cane. I couldn't get up. Sometimes 2 canes. Yes, sometimes 2 canes. I saw my ramp out front because of my knees. I can't do stairs. I just can't do stairs hardly at all. My husband even gets worried like at a curb. And, and that's going to be the way it is. My knees are damaged, and you play a lot of basketball, you fall a lot of times, you're going to damage your knees. So, but I know at this point, I have a better plan. I just have a better plan. So, all right, I've rattled on. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. If you can't tell, I'm so tired. Because you come home at night and then you're excited and then you're, and I will admit, the first night I came home, my knees didn't hurt. I did that circulatory thing. Then the next night I was in a lot of pain, but I'd also been doing, I had been exercising, so that's okay. And I had muscles that were sore and the whole thing, and that's okay. That's okay. No stress on the joint exercises. And then I even had it in my arm. I thought that was weird. And then last night I didn't come home in much pain. My knee hurts every day, but it's bone on bone with many, many, many bone spurs. So last count was 9, and that was 3 years ago. So I know I have at least one more on the back of my knee. But at this point, we have a plan. And I just felt like going in doctors. The last doctor I went to was referred to me by a good friend of ours who'd also had knee surgery, but it felt like it was like cattle through a chute. There was just tons and tons of people, and it was just bam, 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 bam. And it was a huge practice in San Antonio, and I didn't like what they suggested. I didn't like their idea of a knee surgery. They wanted to do a double stem. When you see the device, it made me physically ill. It was just like, how does that fit in my body? How does that work? But there is a caveat before I have that something looks to be very off. And so I can't do that until the other thing is corrected, which they could get in the middle of that surgery, do a massive invasion, and then everything fall apart, and it would be horrible. And I'll share more about that. So I don't even know how you correct that. I don't even know. And I didn't even ask the doctor. It was because he was talking to the other doctor. And I was just like, what? So because of my family history, health history, it's a very big issue. So, and I'll share more later. So much learned, but I held, my knees held, my body held up, my stamina held up, which when you have autoimmune, you tend to be a little bit more tired than you would want to be. And I did not sleep at night a lot, like I have a problem with sleeping. So some things are being changed in that area as well, and see if that's going to help. So it's all good. It's all good. So enjoy the video. Look for good speakers. I don't know that I actually filmed a lot of the speakers because I was trying to be respectful of their proprietary sorry, I'm tired, proprietary of the event itself and the speakers. But my friend who spoke came over and she said, it'll be on YouTube. I was like, I didn't get your event because I was caught at a booth. And she said, it'll be on YouTube. I was like, you think? And she said, oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube. So I was like, okay. So I'll look for that. So if you want more information, there'll be people who do much better jobs at this filming. One of our friends had it was literally, he's a professional filmmaker, and did it for a job. He's retired now, and he literally had his on like a dolly. This guy is great. So, but go online, YouTube, and type in Hack Your Health. And in the next 3 days, you'll have a lot of people popping up with videos from it. And they will be sharing their experiences, who they spoke to. I was asked to be filmed for one of the channels, and then somehow we just didn't sync up, and that's okay. It was very kind of her to ask. And I need to write a message to her today and say, I'm so sorry. I know you asked me, and then I didn't see you, and I'm sorry. And they were up in a remote place that we didn't go to. And so, where they had like breakout rooms and stuff. And we didn't make it to one of the breakout rooms. There was just so much on the main floor. So, anyways, so there was a lot. I mean, you could go to this for 10 years and probably never see everything. But this is the biggest of all the conferences. We will go to KETO Orlando this summer, because you guys know we're going to Florida to get away and to cool off. Who says that? Who says they're going to Florida to cool off? Just people from Texas. But it'll be good. And it's lovely today. We had lots of rain, dangerous weather. A lot of people were going to stay in Texas. They're heading out because they're afraid of the weather. I think we're getting more today. It's pretty overcast. But our gardens, we came home and filled literally both sinks, the two sides of your sink, full of tomatoes, blackberries, peaches, cucumbers, peppers, lots of hot peppers for my husband. But for the first year ever, we have bell peppers, so I'm super excited. Trying to think if there's anything else, but we just filled it. That's not any herbs. My husband doesn't do the herbs. I do everything with the herbs. Flowers everywhere. Exponentially took off from this weekend. And I came home and I said, do we have more flowers than when we left? Because we spent one night up in Austin just as a nice getaway. And he was like, I think we do. So I'm going to go. I'd already started putting bouquets in the house. I'm going to go start picking more flowers today, filling the house with flowers. I have zinnias, every kind of color zinnia you can imagine, almost every variety. I think there's some I haven't put in, which I probably will next year. And then I also have comfrey and all the tansies. I have some of the tansies. I have hosta, which is blooming, which is beautiful. I have, well, of course, we have roses galore here. And then nasturtiums I forgot to plant, so I'll plant some of those here soon. Go back in and start refilling in some of the pots with nasturtiums, because you can eat nasturtiums if you didn't know that. And so they're nice in a salad. And purslane. Purslane's beautiful, and it's got omegas, and you can put it in your salads, and it's a citrusy. It's a little bit kind of more like a succulent, but not super thick, and definitely no, spines or anything. But anyway, so all right, almost 30 minutes. What in the world? Okay, I love you guys. Enjoy the video. And that's just my testimonial of our experience at this conference. Amazing access to speakers, amazing information, amazing people who put it on. Shout out to David. We got to meet him, a very kind gentleman with lots of information, and just a very gracious gentleman who worked very hard. And then, of course, the main people who put it on, and he supports those main people. I was very impressed. And then lots of booth support for your journey in low carb, keto, ketovore, carnivore, even lion diet. Just very, very good people, just good people. All right, guys, I love you as much as I love you. Jesus loves you so much more. Hang on. Watch the film or the video coverage of the event. And again, there is one that was just my phone was turned on and I didn't know it. So the camera was on. So you're going to look at that and go, what was she doing? And I'm not even speaking, but speaking to other people. And if I go back through and it's not as good, I won't put it on. But, you know, have fun if you see it and hold on to the roller coaster at the last minute. But really, really amazing, amazing. So, okay, friends, I love you. Talk to you later. And y'all enjoy the rest. Bye. Hi, friends. This is Kris with Josephines Design. I am here at Hack Your Health in Austin, Texas. Today is the last day, and I'm just going to have this as a little short blurb. I'll be doing a couple of more, and then I'll put those together, and I'll show you the stage area, but this is the vendor area. It is the largest keto conference in the United States. I don't know what it is abroad, but they do phenomenal. So they have an interview here, they have an area that you go to, and they have a smaller group one-on-one teaching, they have small breakout rooms, they have a main stage, and just tons and tons and tons of, I'll walk with you for a little bit, and tons and tons and tons of vendors, and all this year what's really great is a lot of the speakers are really, a lot of them are very available to, you know, go up, ask questions. And in the past, they all kind of stood there and made a line. Here's another area. They have a big VIP area down there for those who pay for the VIP seats. And Pluck is here, and I love Pluck. I've already bought 2 rounds of Pluck. And then I did one of the saunas yesterday, which was really good. I really enjoyed it. And so you can see this way as well. I also met with the Osteo Strong group and determined that I needed to do some more isometrics. Tons. Now, they have a couple of things that were here yesterday that are not here now, but Saturday's really the big day. And then my sweet friend Susie with Scrummy Sweets is here, and of course we have Keto Chow and all the good things, and it has worked out really well. Peterson Meat, and again, like I said, Pluck. All these guys are great, but we are, I'll let you guys look, it just continues to go that way. If I keep going to the left, so super fun. They have all kinds of different things that you can try. It's very, very interesting. We found my husband first day bought a ton of the things for backs, and here they're doing a different kind. But ours was the electric ones, and then there's Scrummy Sweets, which I love, guys. You guys have to support Scrummy Sweets. They are the sweetest couple, and they make gummy bears and caramels and a maple syrup that is perfect for anyone who can't do sugar, and they make it so that on keto carb we can do it. So I really love it. Ketovore, what I say, keto carb, ketovore, and carnivore. So, and then we also have Keto Brick with the shirt making they always do, and they have wonderful Christian shirts that I just love. So many good people here. We have run into so many old friends. We've made new friends. We went out and had dinner the first night with the group from Loving It. I'm really tired. Can you tell? Loving It on Keto, and it was wonderful. But you can see there's all this type of equipment you get to come and try out for different reasons, different needs, and it is really. And there's my Scrummy Sweets, sweet friends. They are wonderful guys. So please, 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 you can go to, I think it's Scrummy, SCRUMMY, sweets.com, and it says 0 sugar, no sugar alcohols, keto safe, diabetic friendly. And the caramels are fantastic, guys. And my husband loves the gummies. So the gummy bears, but we always say gummy. But anyway, so, all right, guys, and they have little sitting areas. We have Dr. Sean Baker's here. We have my friend Mary's here. She's going to be on a panel. We've also had Dr. Chafee. Oh gosh, JJ Virgin. Who else do we have? Hey, we've had friend from home that just walked by, and we've had lots and lots of people. So it's been a lot of fun. So all right, friends, I'm just trying to show you a little bit of everything. And all right, oh here, I'm almost here. I'll show you the main stage area, and then upstairs there's all these breakout rooms. Now of course they have Keto Chow here, which we love. Keto Chow, it's one of my favorite things. So it is so wonderful. You guys know we live on Keto Chow. We have it in our coffee this morning. They're electrolyte supplements. So right here, oh, I was trying to tell you, my husband got the electric pulse things where you put it on the different parts of your body, and it helps with all of that. So if you can see, here's the main stage area, and this year they did it flat, so it's wonderful. All right, guys, I'll check back in later. Love you. Bye.
Spread the word. Yes, absolutely.
Oops, pretty.
You do take things you like, friends, family, clients, patients.
I'm going to take one to my husband. Thank you.
Absolutely.
He's here. He's here. Thank you. Whoa, oh goodness. Oh goodness. Watch out, don't fall. I dropped it. I didn't want you to step on it. Oh no, you didn't have to do that. No, I just didn't want you to slip on it. Thank you. That's so kind of you. Thank you. I would step on it and slide like a surfboard.
Along with another one of the finest.
This is one of the speakers here at Hack Your Health, which was previously KetoCon. So I'm just giving you guys a glimpse of that, and you have big screens on each side that they give us information on. There is endless information. Okay, guys, love you. Hi friends, so this is a very quick ending to that video, and I wanted you to know that go to Hack Your Health for any information you would like about speakers. I don't know that they've made, we got in at the tail end at the closing of the conference in the main area because we had so many friends. You know, I mean, we were just always, just every time we'd walk through, we would stop. And sorry, I'm getting messages right now, so I wanted to look up. But I also wanted to say Keto Orlando is coming up. We saw one of the gentlemen that we met at Keto Orlando, a different gentleman, and he gave me his discount card. So when I go through my review of all the products, be sure you watch that video because he has discounts to Keto Orlando. So I will read those today to make sure there's not a timeline. And he is just a lovely gentleman. He's a gentleman who has a YouTube channel. So anyways, I just wanted to come back in and say thank you for watching. If you have any questions about this journey we've been on, I will be glad to share. I will also, like I said, be doing a separate video on all the products and things that we came home with. If there was anything extra, I'll try to remember to put that in. We met a lot of people and talked to a lot of people about their products. Probably by next year, I would take a video of everyone in their booth, just because I clearly am too tired when I get home to try to reiterate the things that we've learned. But and the more I reviewed these videos just a few minutes ago, I realized, you know, I got to do a better job. I want to be more informative for you. I just don't see myself in the same light. And even when I talked to Maria Emmerich and I talked about getting certified, she was just like, and I said, look at me, I'm not your person. And she was like, are you kidding? And I, because I always just feel very round, and I'm not a goal weight. I mean, I've done a lot. I mean, I've lost over 100 pounds total. And, I mean, that I always feel good about. Let me think. Yeah, I'm over 100 pounds. So for my highest. But at this point, I'm 75 down on low carb keto, ketovore, carnivore, whatever you want to go there. And I feel like that of everything I've done, this is it. This is the best choice I've ever made. I believe in this. I believed in this type of whole foods type diet long before this. I dealt with children on the autism spectrum and have my own personal experience with how much it affected and helped individuals. And so all I can say right now is I continue to see that to be very, very true. The brain fog's gone, the whole thing. So, long story short, I apologize if I didn't do it as well as I wanted to do it, but this time I have my hubby with me and my sweet husband. It was very rare that we weren't together, and he would be either calling me or if we separated. So I will make sure in Orlando to do a better job. And if you're still interested in going to Orlando, go. It's a much smaller conference, but it's so intimate. And my husband even looked at me and he said, this is a fantastic conference. He said, this is amazing. He said, but I think I might like KETO Orlando better. And I said, it's because it's intimate and you really get to know people. And I forgot, we saw another gal from KETO Orlando, and I went over and I said, do you remember? Because we were at the same booth, and I was talking to the owner and et cetera, and she goes, I said, do you remember me? She goes, of course I do. I was just waiting to say hello to you. And so we gave each other a big hug, and we were like, you're going to be it? Yeah, are you going to go too? Yeah. And I was like, okay, we'll be there. And so we're even going to go to a gala. I know. So I don't go to things like that. So I think it's going to be fun. And we didn't go last year because we were pretty, trying to be conservative financially. And my husband had never he wasn't even doing anything on his diet. So anyways, but long story short, we just loved it. I had forgotten even when I was walking through. I'm going to change hands real quick because got to cover up my crepey neck. Sorry guys, that's what weight loss does. I'm working on it. The ladies that were very gracious to help me with some ideas. And of course I had thyroid surgery too, so that's another part. But we're just excited to go be with our peeps because there are people, and be inspired, be encouraged, be taught, and then to come back and encourage others and to live our best life. Because that's what God calls us to do. He calls us to take care of our temple. He calls us to do our very best. And with the familial history that I have, with all kinds of Alzheimer's, etc., heart disease, etc., I recognize I need to be really diligent and work hard because I don't want to be a burden to my family. And I've lived a rough life. I met with a gal, and I will talk more about this later, but she looked at me and she goes, you do know that any one of those things is hard, but you have all those things. She's like, that's amazing that you've had so much recovery, and that I don't know that you recover from all that. And she was medical, and I said, best foot forward, glass is half full. And yes, and it's a slow journey, and that's okay. And there was so much of it that came so fast that it's hard to see it slow down. But I also have to stand firm and set boundaries on things that I know I can't eat this. I can't do that. I can't. And it's not like I live with a lot of can'ts, because I see them as I can do this and I can do that, but others don't. And so you have to do what God's called you to do. So be your best. Do all as if unto the Lord, Colossians 3:23, and just keep seeking and serving him well. He's going to show you what you need to do. But I love you guys, and I pray that your day is blessed, creative, and lovely. Like, subscribe, share this with anyone. Again, total amateur here, and it was a last minute. Let me throw some things together for you guys, just in case. And very long-winded. Sorry about that, guys. But I love y'all, and I couldn't not share something that is so beneficial to my husband and I, and to those that we know and have come to love and be encouraged by. So, all right, friends, I'll be talking to you soon. I love y'all. Have a great day. And as much as I love you, Jesus loves you so much more. Keep serving him well. Love y'all. Bye.